Alrighty folks, let's kick things off by setting ourselves up with a nice foundation. So first, there's some seams that we need to fill on this base, and I did that with some super glue, but then you get some nasty lines, so we fill them in with some acrylic mud. And that's just a really good tip if you have a nice base that you can actually use mud on. The next thing is to use liquid mask on anything that we want to not get paint on, in this case like those clear parts where there's going to be saliva. Next up, we're going to add some cool dry brushing to this base. This is one of those models where there's actually a lot more happening on the base than on our character, just because Venom is mostly a black character. But this base is really well designed, and this is a staple of Zez Studios. They always have very nice bases and very detailed characters, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So in this case, I'm using a gray to start, and then I'm going to work my way up to lighter grays. And that's going to bring out the details in this base. All those dirt bits that we added earlier, it's all going to blend together. And then to bring out the dirt, to make it look like dirt and earth and grime and stuff, we're going to add in this brown color. And contrast paints are really great over top of a dry brush surface, because that's actually what it was originally designed for in miniatures, but we can use it on large scale models as well, because this is a humongous 1/4 scale character. And you can see what I use is brown, Drakenhof Nightshade is like a dark blue, and then I'm adding in here some dark green. So we're just adding some grit and grimy look to the concrete rubble and dirt that's down here in our scene. And then what I did lastly to make sure those details still remained, visible, I just gave it a light dry brush with a smaller dry brush with a nice light gray color, because it is still concrete that's down there that's being all broken up. But again, concrete on its own would be pretty boring just being gray, so that's why we add in a couple different shades of color. Now there's a few things of rebar that are sticking out, but I didn't want to make them look just flat. So I just kept the same technique. I just dry brushed over this chipping color, which is actually like a steel color. Next we have this pipe that's sticking out, which we're going to use bronze for. I was thinking copper, but I think bronze just looks so much better. A nice bright color to add some color to our base, because outside of that it would just be shades of gray, and then with Venom being black and white, it'd be kind of just a very gray tone model. So let's add a little bit of color to it. You can see there's also like some corrosion on that pipe as well, which I think my camera didn't, I don't think my camera was on when I recorded me fixing that up later, but I'll talk about that when I get there. First, let's talk about this goo that's down here. So I just painted it white first, because when you're going to paint green, you want to make sure you paint that over a white base, like, because it's a yellowish green. So I painted it white so we had a nice base to paint the brighter colors on. And I did a couple different shades of yellows and greens in here to kind of give it a grimy, dirty look. I even did some transparent yellow here at the end, just again add some visual contrast to that area. Now we have this thing here, this glowing pod thingy, I think is where like the Venom stuff comes out. I don't remember. I'm not a comic book expert. I don't remember, so forgive me. But I sprayed it with metallic black, which I think is one of my favorite ways to paint metallics, is to start with metallic black and then dry brush on this light metal metallic from Ammo. This is my favorite metallic technique by far. I've even used it as like a contrast base. So if you're doing metallics and then you want to spray contrast paints over top of a metallic like this, little tip, it's a great way to do things. So you can see next to what I'm doing is the glowing rods in the middle. I'm painting them white again because I'm going to be painting them green. Same thing with the end of this little pipe. Spraying it white, and then you see I'm spraying it green. And the trick is you need to spray it white first if you want to get those bright greens, or else you're going to get a dark green. It won't look as good. And if you take notice, all these greens that I'm spraying actually have a fluorescent bit to them. They are fluorescent paints and inks that I mix. Fluorescent paint is typically very thin, so you're going to want to add ink to it, and I did find some Green Stuff World ink that I really like. And you can see how vivid that effect is with a black light, a UV light. And here we can also see the bits of the base. It's really cool. I love this effect. We put our pod in place, and there we have our finished base. You can see I used some of that brown sewer color on the pipe there. I think my camera died when I was recording it, so you can see how it looks like there's some ugly corrosion on that pipe. And then I just went around and added in some OSL, so adding in some of the glowing parts to the base to kind of bring it together. And then I glossed all of the Venom goo to make it look like it's wet. That's our base. I want to tell you about my website over at relentlessstormmodels.com, where you can actually paint models just like this yourself. I can give you a resin print. I'll gladly ship that to you. If you want to add a piece to your collection of something that I've painted, you're more than welcome to go check out my collection of well over 600 designs to this point that I can paint and send to you. If you want to get hobby tools such as paintbrushes and paints and everything else, I have all of that as well. I have a whole range in that 600 plus listing of model designs from DC Comics, Marvel Comics, video game characters, anything you can think of, including even anime characters that are gaining in popularity. They're all there, along with all the supplies you need to paint these things yourself. So whether you want to paint them or you want me to paint them, go check it out. You can also see my portfolio, which has been very much so updated since I recorded that. I have dozens upon dozens of models that I've painted at this point, and plenty more content coming your way, so I hope you stick around to see all those videos as they come out. Now let's move on to our main character here. We have Venom, and this is 1/4 scale Venom. He's not small. Holding this model to paint it was like holding a small child. I'm not exaggerating. You can see I'm not a small guy by any means. This model was huge. And what I did was I sprayed as a highlight this mix of dark gray and like a dark navy blue, just trying to add a little bit of visual contrast so it wouldn't just be boring black. We need to add a little bit of visual contrast. Now I know Venom looks wet, and we're going to gloss coat him at the very end just like I did on the base, but I wanted to add a little bit of color variation. And it's really difficult to paint something darker than black, so like when I did the shadows here, I actually just used a black ink, because you're really not going to get much darker than a black ink, because it's very, very concentrated pigment in an ink. So that's what I did, was the highlights over the areas from above, almost like a zenithal, and then I added in the shadows with the inks. And I really liked how it turned out. It's not over the top contrast with like blue and red. I didn't want to blow it out of proportion or anything like that. I wanted it to be still a black character, and that's why I chose the method that I did. Now the other thing here is to paint everything with a paintbrush that needs a paintbrush, you know, like the details, right? So you know how we always perform our process in modeling is we start with the biggest stuff and we work our way down to the smallest stuff. So airbrushing is usually done, and then we move on to detail painting. I want to take a moment to say thank you to my patrons that support my work. If you're interested in some exclusive content, including daily vlogs and how-to videos, so you can get better at this hobby, or perhaps you are ready to take the next step and turn your hobby and passion into a side gig and earn some extra cash, head on over to my Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to extra content. So now that we have the whites taken care of, especially here on the head, we're gonna work on all the other little details like his mouth, because that's kind of what the focal point is on this character, is the head. And this Flesh Terror's red is a great color for inside the mouth. And again, it's important that we painted everything white first, or else this red wouldn't show up over top of black, because it's a contrast paint. Now one of the downsides you'll hear people talk about with contrast paints is that they can get like this coffee staining, and in this case it's actually a good thing, because inside this mouth there's so many different shapes and forms and stuff, and what happens is the contrast paints pool into the recesses and they don't hold on to the raised areas, so you get contrast. That's literally the reason it's called that and the point of it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just painting with a brush contrast paints in there. I'm not really taking my time in terms of, you know, the amount I put on or anything like that, because I want the coffee staining, I want the pooling in certain areas to create contrast, because I only have a white base, and it really, really works well to give it that look like it's moving, like there's contrast, like it's alive. Now the teeth here, I used deck tan to ode to other artists out there that like to use deck tan and make jokes about deck tan for whatever reason. So I chose to use AK's deck tan to make teeth, and you can see what it looks like just after I painted all those teeth. It does give it a different look other than just white. It's a nice off-white. But to add even more contrast to it, I used Skeleton Horde here over top of those teeth, which really, really brings those teeth to life, in my opinion. It's a great combination for this type of gory mouth teeth looking. It looks great. I did the same thing way back on Spawn. And you can see I took the stuff off. That blue goo, I took off the saliva, and look how good it looks. All we need to do is give him a coat of clear coat, and he's good to go. Alrighty folks, as I mentioned, I have so many more models coming your way, so I please hope that you subscribe so you can come back for more content in the future. Again, check out my website at relentlessstormmodels.com where I can paint this model for you. You can get your own and also come out of my Patreon.